Hi, everyone. It's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, and I'm here with another lesson. And today we're going to draw fruit. And the reason why we're going to draw fruit is because it is the primary and secondary colors. Now, that's a skill that every grade needs to know, especially for art assessments in the beginning of the school year and in May. You need to know the primary colors, the secondary colors, where they are on the color wheel, which colors mix to make the other color, and so on. So what I have, let me share my screen. All right. So what I have here is a simple color wheel. This color wheel just has the 6 colors. And it also, across from each color, is its complementary color, which we'll talk about later. Now, you've also seen, let's see what over here, a 12-sided color wheel, which we'll worry about later. But right now, we need to know that red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. The 6 color wheel. And let me click on here. I went to that page. We need to know color families. So primary colors. These colors, every other color is made by mixing these 3 colors. And these colors, the first mixing, red and yellow, gives you orange. Blue and red gives you purple. And blue and yellow gives you green. These 3 colors are called the secondary colors. I like that when I can make the arrow real big. And then we have analogous colors. That just means colors that are side by side on the color wheel. And then complementary colors, the colors opposite. They make each other look good. And as you can see, the lines here show you they look the opposites. All right, so that's all we need to really know. We need to focus on mainly on this order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen. And now I'm going to pin my video of my desk, and I'm going to talk about it. All right, so as we know, first color of the rainbow is red. So I'm going to draw an apple. And then at red, the next color is orange. Then the next color is yellow. So we're going to have a banana. Then comes green. We're going to draw a pear. Then blue, we're going to draw blueberries. And then purple, we're going to draw some grapes. Now, just in case you want to draw more fruits, I've included another orange fruit, which is a pumpkin, a red and green fruit, which is a watermelon. That's why I drew it half. If I drew the whole watermelon, then it would just be the light green and dark green. I drew some strawberries, some cherries. I added an avocado, a lime, and a lemon. Ooh, you know what I forgot to add? Another purple fruit, which would have been a plum. But I have a pineapple here. Now, pineapples start out green, and when they're ripe, they turn brown. And the reason why I have the pineapple here, because it's not one of the primary colors or the secondary colors, but if you mix the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, all together in even amounts, you'll get brown. So that's why I included the pineapple. All right, so let's get started drawing. Let me I'm gonna just draw in a crayon today. So let me bring my camera closer. All right, so now make sure we got my whole paper. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna start here in the middle of the paper, and I'm gonna start with my apple. And let me show you a really cool trick of making an apple. You can make a number 5. Now, when you make the number 5, you make the top part slant up. And then if you draw another circle in the back of that 5, and then add a curved line, and then another curved line, you made a leaf, and you have an apple. Now, I like to make the stem a little thicker, so I'm going to draw a make it a rectangle right there. So that's a quick way to make an apple. Most of the time I teach kids just to do a wavy line at the bottom and top of their circle, but this was a cool trick. All right, so next I'm going to draw an orange, and an orange is circle shape. So I can draw a circle, but just because I drew a circle doesn't make it an orange. So now I need to add some details. Let me scoop my paper over and tilt it a little bit so my hands are in the way. I'm going to add in a little ellipse, which is like a circle on the side or an oval. That's where the orange used to be attached to the tree. And because an orange has bumpy skin, I'm going to just put some dots and curve them on my orange. And there, by giving it a few little details with an oval or an ellipse and some dots, I've created my orange. Next, we have yellow. Now I can go over here or here. It's up to you which way you want to put it. I'm just going to put it over here. Now, banana is crescent shaped. So I'm going to make a curved line, like I'm making a crescent or part of a circle. But the top of a banana makes like a little rectangle. So I'm going to add a little rectangle there. And then the bottom curves back. So I'm going to make a little C. Now I'm going to connect this line to this line, but I'm going to curve it. Now, what? Let me tell you, because I've done this project before, and I've had students do this with their banana. They curve it and they trace too close. It looks like a fish hook instead of a banana. So what you need to do is make sure when you curve, don't go close to the banana because it's going to look like a fish hook. All right. So now I need to add some more details. Now I have a banana shape. Oh, which is something else. Shapes. That's another thing you have to know. And so these shapes, even though this is a circle, some of these shapes are called organic shapes because they're shapes you find in nature, or they're shapes that don't really have a name. But what I'm going to do is color in a little bit and bring a line up in the middle. And then I'm going to just put a couple of little dark parts where the banana is starting to convert to sugars. That's when you start seeing the spots on the banana. All right, so we got red, we got orange, we have yellow. So now I need to add in my green. All right, so I'm going to do a pear. Now, pears, the top of pears are thumb shape, which is also called an arch. So I'm going to make my pear over here. Going to make an arch shape like a thumb. Now, the bottom of the pear is rounded like an orange, but it's more lumpy. So I'm going to just make a lumpy circle. So I'm not going to be too concerned about where my circles are. And then I'm going to add a stem for some detail. And there I have a pear. So now we got red, we've got orange, yellow, green. The next color is blue. Now, I have seen blue pumpkins at Halloween, and I've seen white pumpkins too, but mainly we only think of blueberries as our blue fruit. So I'm going to just draw some little circles, and I'll put a little one right there so it look like it's behind it. So I'll make it look like it's overlapping. Now, just because I have these circles doesn't make them blueberries. I've got to add some details. So my detail is just a little zigzaggy circle where the blueberry used to be attached to the blueberry bush. So now I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and now we're down to our last color, which is purple. Now, I like to make a triangle because grapes come in, they got all these circles, but they make a triangle when you have the circle. So I'm going to pick up my purple crayon real quick, and I'm going to lightly draw a triangle. Looks like a slice of pizza right now. And I'm going to lightly draw a line down the middle. So this part will be my stem, and this will give me a place to start. So now I'm going to start with a big circle. And my circles are going to get a little smaller as they go down my triangle. And now I'm going to fill in this triangle with some circles. And some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller. Oh, let me turn it because my hand was in the way. Now I'm going to add in some semicircles or so half circles so that they'll look like they're grapes behind it, because it's a bunch of grapes. This is what I normally say to a bunch of kids when they're not single file in the line. I say, we're a single file, not a bunch of grapes. So anyway, I just drew my stem. I used that purple line that I lightly did. And because I did lightly with the purple, you can barely see the lines anymore. I had to bring it real close to the camera for you to see those very light lines. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add another little one right there. Ah, so now I have my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And we can stop here. We don't have to draw any more fruit. You can call this a day. This could be our project. We looked at the 6 colors of the color wheel. We drew some shapes and we made some organic shapes. But of course, it wouldn't be a class with Miss Branch if we just stopped there. So let's see. I'm going to draw a pumpkin. Now, because my pumpkin is going to end up behind some fruit, I'm going to draw them on another piece of paper. And then I'm going to come and add them here so that you guys can see them, the whole thing, and not just part of it because it's behind it. So let me go ahead and get my other sheet of paper. And I drew a hook on it, so I'm going to flip it over. All right, so let's start with a pumpkin. All right, so a pumpkin, I like to draw an oval, and then I add a C on this side, and then a backward C on this side, and then a C on this side, and then a backward C on this side. And you can just stop there and make it a little pumpkin, but I'm gonna add one more to both sides, and a C, and a C, and then right here in the middle, I'm gonna make a rectangle. And that was part of the vine when it used to be attached to the pumpkin vine that it was growing on. Now, let me show you how to make a watermelon. Now, we can make a whole watermelon by just drawing a big oval. And what I like to do is put a little dot on the end so I know where to make my wavy line. So I'll make a wavy line over to that dot and a wavy line back, a wavy line to the dot, a wavy line back. I'm following the curves so it can look like a realistic watermelon. But some people like to see the inside of the watermelon because they know the inside is red and the outside is green. So they get to use 2 of the colors. So what I'm going to do to show you how to do half a watermelon. So I'm going to make a circle or like an oval. Then I'm going to add a semicircle to the top and the bottom. Right now it can look like a cut off thumb. But anyway, inside, I'm going to do another oval real close. So this will be the white part, the rind, you know, the part that you don't eat, but you can eat them. People make pickled watermelon rind. My great grandmother used to make it. I've never eaten it because it didn't sound right to me. But I have a cousin that makes some. So eventually one day I will try pickled watermelon rind. All right, so now I have some tear shapes for my seeds. Now I need to do the wavy lines. So I'm gonna put a little dot there and there's wavy line all the way to the edge. And there I have half a watermelon. Now, one more fruit we need to do, which is the pineapple. Now I'm kind of running out of space, but I'll still just draw it right here. Now pineapple is oval shaped, but it's kind of like a lumpy oval. And a pineapple has all these diamonds on it. So what I like to do is do wavy lines across the pineapple. And then I do wavy lines the other direction. I'm going to turn my paper a little bit so my you can see what I'm doing. And by doing these wavy lines in the two different diagonal directions, I made the little diamonds that are like on a watermelon. Now in these diamonds, there's a little piece of plant that looks like a little V. So I'm going in each one of these and put a little V. So now we need to do the leaves of the pumpkin. I mean, pumpkin. I was just looking at the pumpkins close, so my pineapple leaves will probably have to go on top of it a little bit. So I'm going to start with my bottom leaves, and there are curved triangles. 1, 2, 3. And you can make more, but I just did some curved triangles. Let me bring that in a little bit. And then I'm going to start with some small triangles that go out, kind of like shark teeth or shark fins. And then I'm going to add some big ones. And you can add as many as you want. And now it looks like a pineapple. So like I just drew on top of the pumpkin, but now it looks like it's overlapping. And so like if I were to color this, I would color all of this green, and then it would look like it's in front of it. Now, of course, if I was going too fast, of course you can pause the video and re-watch it. All right, so now let me add in some more fruit, the big fruit. And then I'll go back to some little fruit if you want to see a cherry, a strawberry, avocado, a lime, a lemon. And I forgot to add a plum and a peach. Well, we'll see about that. But I don't have much room, but let's see. All right, so I'm going to start my pumpkin, and it's going to be kind of behind my banana. So let's see. And it's way bigger than my banana. Now my banana's in the way, so I can't draw that whole line. Again, can't draw the whole line. And then give it a little rectangle. And let's see, I'll do half the watermelon over here, but my my pear is going to be part in the way, so I can't draw the whole thing. So there's most of my oval. And then the back of my watermelon. And then my other oval on the inside. And then my little dots remind me. And then my wavy lines. Let me raise it up some so you guys can see. Bring my paper back over. And then my tear shape for the seeds. All right, so now let me add in my pineapple. And that's my wavy, lumpy oval. And then my wavy lines going diagonal one direction. And then wavy going in the other direction, diagonal. Make sure you don't do up and down and square. And then my little V's. And now I'm going to do my pineapple leaves. So I'm going to do a few triangles down. Kind of looks like W. And then I'll do another one there. And then I'll do some up looking like shark teeth or W's or M's. And then my bigger ones. Now, right now, everything looks like it's floating because I haven't drawn the line where my table ends. So let me put a line and pretend that line goes all the way through, all the way through, all the way through. So now I have a line where my table ends. And I have a little bit more space. So let me go ahead and do a few more fruits. Now, strawberries are kind of triangle shaped, but the triangle has curved edges. So I make a triangle that has curved edges. Then I'm gonna add some loop lines and put some dashes for the seeds. And you know what? Strawberries are the only plant in the world that has seeds on the outside. And you can give it a little stem if you want to. I'll do another one. So a triangle that has curved edges, some loop lines or scallop lines, and some dashes. And then let's see some cherries. Now cherries, they kind of remind me of hearts, but the bottom part is round. So let me start a heart, but make it a circle. Let me start a heart, but make it a circle. And then I'm gonna give them a stem. Now, sometimes you get cherry and the stem still attached. And sometimes you get a cherry and it's by itself. Or they've already pulled the stems off. Now let's see. Ooh, I am running out of space on here, so I'm gonna make a little lemon. Now lemons are football shaped, or look like if you watch Family Guy, it looks like Stewie's head. Now lemons have texture on them, so I'm just do little wavy lines for the texture. And lime, let me do a lime right here, but I probably, let's see how much of the lime I can get. Now the lime is just like a lemon, except its texture is more fine. So I would just add dots. So it doesn't look as lumpy as the lemon. And let's see, I got a little bit of space right here. Let me do an avocado. Now avocado is egg shaped. So I drew an egg shape. And then I'm going to do a little oval where it used to be attached to the tree. My crayon is getting a little dull because I've been drawing a lot. And the skin on some of them is wrinkly. So I'm just going to do a few wavy lines. Now, let me draw another purple fruit, which is a plum. Now, I'm going to start with the circle, but it's more kind of like an oval. And I'm going to draw another one over it. And yes, get your giggles out. I know what it looks like, but I'm going to add a stem. And it's the same thing with a peach, but except it's bigger. And I have lost, well, let's see, where can I draw a peach and kind of be behind something? Let me draw a bigger one. So here's going to be my peach. And yes, I know what it looks like, but I give it a stem. So plum smaller, peach bigger. And yes, get your giggles out. All right. So now I have all my fruit. And you know what? Because I know that red plus blue plus yellow when I'm mixing paint makes brown, I'm going to go ahead and color all the brown stems first. So let's see, here's my stem on my pumpkin. And there's a stem on my apple. And there's no stem on my orange, but I'm going to color that part brown where it used to be attached to the tree. Stem on my pineapple, my pear. And lemons and limes have stems too. And blueberries have stems from time to time. Strawberry, anything that grows on a tree or vine generally has a stem. There's a stem, there's a stem, there's a stem. And I'm going to go ahead and color my brown fruit. Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. I should add a kiwi in here in my future time I do this project, because a kiwi would be just like a watermelon, but smaller, and the outside would be brown, but the inside would be green. So I could do that. But let me go ahead and do my watermelon and any green fruit I have, since I just picked up my green. I'm going to color this green leaf kind of dark. So I'm pressing down hard. And I'm going to color these dark to these leaves. So I'm pressing down hard to get a darker color. Now you might have a pack of 24 or more crayons. So like I could get I do. So I could get this lighter green for the pear. And sometimes you have like a 64 pack, so you could get an even darker green for the leaf. But I'm gonna use this light green on my pear and my watermelon. So I'm gonna color dark and skip, then color dark and skip, color dark then skip. So I'm gonna go ahead and color my pear. And now I'm gonna color the light green areas on my watermelon. And let's see, I have green still in my hand, so I'm gonna color my line. And I got the dark green, I'm gonna color the leaves on my strawberry. All right, let me bring the camera up some so you can see my whole desk. So color my strawberry leaves. Oh, you know what? I should have did when I still had the brown in my hand. These color over those brown spots. I can even put a little more on my banana. All right, so let's see. Where was I? Okay, I think I'm done with green. Green, 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 green. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna trace these stems that I drew in black with a little brown. There we go. And so now, oh, orange. So I have two orange fruits. So I have my orange and I have my pumpkin. And I'm coloring real fast, so I'm not getting every little nook and cranny on my pumpkin when I'm coloring fast like this, because I don't want the video to be too long. All right, let's see. I got red in my hand. So inside the watermelon, my apple, my cherries, my strawberries. Oh, you know what? I missed a peach, orange fruit. My peach. I'm gonna color a little harder on the peach. All right, let's see. Oh, yellow. So my banana. I probably should have colored this in order of the rainbow or the order of the color wheel, but you guys know this by now, and since I told you about it. So on my yellow, okay, now my purple. Oh, I missed the green fruit. I'm gonna go back to green first. My avocado. I'm gonna color this dark. This avocado seem to be like a dark green, and yes, they do turn brown. They turn brown real quick. So purple. Here's my plum. And my strawberry, my grapes. I am misquoting and misnaming everything. Oh, and my blueberries. All right, so now I have all my fruit done, and I have them aligned so you know they're sitting on a table. But let me pick any color. I'm gonna close my eyes and just reach in. Huh. Well, that's gonna be my tablecloth color. All right. So this is yellow orange. Is there any fruit yellow orange? Probably a grapefruit. Oh, they're pink on the inside. Maybe on the outside might look a little yellow orange. I'm coloring around all my fruit for my tablecloth. Probably could have, well, if I had looked at it, I probably would have got a darker color just so that it would show up a bit better. But you guys can draw your fruit. And the reason why we're drawing fruit is because one, you need to know your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. You need to know your secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. You need to know that they make a 6-color color wheel. These are the colors. You also need to know that when you mix red, yellow, and blue, you get brown. And they wrote out the picture. All right. So let me unpin my screen. And pin me. and move this out my way. So everybody, we spent time learning about the primary and the secondary colors, and that they make a color wheel. So red plus yellow, it makes orange, yellow plus blue makes green, and blue plus red makes purple. And then I just keep rotating them and rotating them like it's a circle. Huh. All right. So I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later.